Hello, my name is Daniel Bentley, and I welcome you to my Week 2 blog for IDS 430 Preparing for the Future. This blog will be reviewing the Google Maps technology and how it is a product of social construction and how it has influenced social relations. Kevin Kelly, in a discussion of the next 5,000 days of the web, he states that if he had told us 10 years ago that we would have current state of web connectivity, technology, social construction, and interaction that we do today, we would have just called him a utopian dreamer. He said that one of the things that we were learning from this era is that we have to get good at believing in the impossible because we're unprepared for it. I'm frequently reminded of the things that were commonplace when I was growing up that my children will never experience or know because of the advancement of technology. For instance, my children, because of cell phones, will never know how, in past, to have a private conversation on the phone in your home, you had to drag a handset that was tethered to your stationary phone attached to a wall into another room. If you were lucky, you had a 15-foot coiled cord that allowed you to reach that room and close the door. They also will never experience having to try to unfold and read a Rand McNally paper area map that you got from the local gas station while driving to your vacation destination. The map was never very current and also folded back incorrectly every single time. They now just use Google Maps. As discussed in Technology and Society, Building Our Socio-Technical Future by Trevor Pinch and Winch Bike, the technology question is, does technology determine human action, or does human action shape technology? While technology determinism suggests that the structure and design of the technology itself can dictate the behavior of its users, technological constructivism would say that it is the users that shape the technologies. One can't fully understand how a society uses technology without actually realizing that technology's social context. The early architecture of the internet was very decentralized, influenced by the reluctance of users to trust more centralized structures and hierarchies, privacy and proprietary information being the most significant drivers. As pointed out by Kelly, personalization in the new world will require total transparency. That's going to be the price. If you want to have complete personalization, you have to have complete transparency. The more transparent sources of information become and they're integrated into Google Maps, the more universal and powerful it becomes for all users. In How Google Builds Its Maps and What It Means for the Future of Everything by Alexis Madrigal for The Atlantic in 2012, and the related article, How Does Google Maps Work by Rob Nightingale from the Make Use of Technology website in January 2012, the secret Google program termed Ground Truth is detailed. This is the iterative process of what is essentially Google's goal to build the world's most accurate maps. Google determined that where you're searching from has become almost as important as what you're searching for, and hence the birth of Google Maps. It is built on a variety of inputs, both technology and social. Map partners provide inputs using agency sources such as the U.S. National Park Service, the U.S. Geological Survey, various city and county councils, and so on to define changing boundaries and waterways, display new bike paths, to keep the base maps as up to date as possible. Satellite imagery is also used to update the base maps. Street View is a large group of vehicles driven across the planet by Google employees that drive around taking 360-degree photos everywhere they go. It takes pictures, but also uses OCR technology to read signs, traffic signs, and business names. All this data feeds into the map database. A social technology input for Google Maps is location services. This is data collected from your smartphone as part of the permission that you give when you install Google Maps and use Google Maps. Your location data is used to give real-time updates, estimating current traffic speeds, and pinpointing road diversions. If a busy road suddenly has no traffic, maps can interpolate the traffic that has been rerouted and will adjust directions accordingly. Location services are also used to estimate the hours that businesses are busy by collecting foot traffic information. This is transparent social input that drives the technology. Google Maps users contribute by using Google Map maker in conjunction with Google Maps. Like the crowdsourcing input activities of location services, this allows users to modify maps with a user's own personal contributions. You're able to add and edit places, new roads, etc. This helps keep Google Maps up to date 24/7. This is useful for mapping hard-to-reach places that would otherwise not be caught by Google. Local guides are users that provide subjective data to lay over the map. When all this information and algorithms are combined, there is still a requirement for humans to review and make sense of that data so it matches the human observation. Much like the actor network theory discussed in Where Are the Missing Masses? The Sociology of Few Mundane Artifacts by Bruno Latour, the relationship between machines and users demonstrate how goals can be achieved, and we can't understand how societies work unless we understand how technology shapes our lives. Technology is made by humans and substitutes for the actions of humans and shapes human action. People attach meanings or interpretations to artifacts and social groups, direct technological developments through their interpretations or meaning to either a benefit or failure. In the case of Google Maps, it is not just a replacement of paper maps, but a collection of data points focused around locations that actually change the benefit of how to get there, but also subscribing the why should I get there and the value of it once I get there. This technology has made the necessity and ability to verbalize directions to places a thing of the past. For if invited to a party, for example, if only an address is required. If it's a business, just the business name is involved. There is no longer the need to jot down turn-by-turn directions from a friend to get there. The no more, you know where old KFC was on Wilson, go 2 streets and take a left. Google also simplifies things like grabbing a bite to eat on the way or filling the tank with gas. It is all selectable and even reroutes you if you make a wrong turn. Conflict between what Google Maps wants to provide is how transparent we want to be in providing information from our phones when using the application. If users began denying Google's use of location services for their activity due to privacy apprehensions, the quality of the Google data starts to suffer in both accuracy and personalization. There's an uneasiness around the thought that Big Brother knows so much about you. Using location services, if I drive to a number of sporting goods businesses, Google logic may interpret that I like sports and flood me with opportunities based on the data elements and analytics. Some may find that initiative intrusive. Others may welcome it as providing them a service for precisely what they need. As far as implication of this conflict on relationships with one another, I would suggest that as a technology service moves forward and the human behavior desire for personalization increases, the concern of privacy will diminish. It will always be a trade-off. It is the individual who will have to weigh the advantages and disadvantages for themselves. While there have been instances where people followed Google Map directions into ditches or off cliffs, this technology has been widely accepted and continues to improve through a robust interaction of man and technology. Personally, I'm willing to be more transparent for Google Maps because it reduces the family conflict that arises when my wife attempts to give me directions when I'm driving. Thank you for visiting me and my blog today. Best wishes to your technological future.